Hello everyone, and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be going through the top teams for the Blightshroom Dream on Boss. Frieren is dominating, as you guys are already aware from the previous week's video. Now, the first team, I want to show you a couple of maybe free-to-play, more friendly team options. This is going to be one team using Frieren and Himmel in it. Now, Himmel ideally should be at Supreme Plus in order to run him in a team. You can potentially try it at lower than that. Damon in front of Frieren, you have Galad in the back right, Sleaze up front, Himmel getting the hero party buff on these three. This is with Arcane Wall Spell. You have Blightshroom onto Galahad, the Mystic onto Damon, Arcane onto Sleaze, a Q onto Frieren, and then your Arcane Charms onto Himmel. So let's see how this team can actually do. These are just some, like, more free-to-play budget teams I wanted to try first of all in the video, and then we will show you all of the other team options as well. But Frieren is very good today. Himmel is really good. If you have him at Supreme Plus, you should basically be running him. Even in the top pay-to-win team of today is using both of them. If you guys have been keeping up with your event for Himmel, the Frieren event basically, then you would be able to get enough copies to get your Himmel all the way to Supreme Plus today. Just make sure that you save 4 of the chests. Don't open 4 of the chests for copies. You can use Temporal Essence for that, because if you do 3 summons on the banner, you'll get 24 copies, and then you just need 40 copies to get him all the way to Supreme Plus, and 4 chests can be used for Temporal Essence. So 480, that's actually really good. That's actually really surprisingly good for this kind of budget team that I put together. 489 billion damage. Now, if you do not have Himmel at Supreme Plus yet, which if you miss like one day or something of the event, you won't probably have him at Supreme Plus yet. But you can maybe try this one. I've labeled it again, maybe. I don't know. No guarantees here. This will not be as good as the Himmel team, obviously, but it's like a Ravion alternative. Ravion buffing up your Frieren and Galahad. Damon in front of Frieren. And Sleaze in upper left with the Arcane Wall Spell. We have Blightshroom onto Galahad, Mystic onto Damon, Arcane onto Sleaze, the Q onto Frieren, and the Arcane Charms onto Ravion. Now, if you do not have Sleaze built at all, you can try replacing her for Mikola. Sometimes that does work in Blightshroom, or you can even try lower copies of Sleaze. So 465 billion damage, like expected, it isn't as good as the Himmel version, but it's another alternative option, free-to-play friendly. That is actually pretty decent. Again, honestly not too bad. Okay guys, so the next team we have is a team from Soburn. This is a decent team option. This was even run in the previous week as well. Baelran team with Frieren, no Himmel required for this team. Ravion up front, buffing up your Frieren and Galahad. Baelran in front of Sleaze. This with the Arcane Wall Spell. You're going to have the Q Charms onto Frieren, Blightshroom onto Galahad, Insight onto Baelran, Arcane onto Sleaze, and then your Arcane Charms onto Ravion. So let's go ahead and try this team and see how it does. 495 billion damage. That is a good score. Again, I think that is a pretty solid score. 495 billion damage for a Baelran Frieren team without Himmel. Now for another team from Soburn, this one, Gunnar and Himmel Frieren combo, you're going to want to have Himmel at Supreme Plus. That debuff is pretty important. It can technically work even lower copies, but it is not going to be the best option for you. So Gunnar in front of Frieren, Galad in the back right, Sleaze upper left, and Himmel buffing up your team. Here it is with the Arcane Wall Spell. You have Blightshroom onto Galahad, Blast onto Gunnar, Sleaze with the Arcane Charms, Q onto Frieren, and then your Arcane Charms onto Himmel. So let's go ahead and see what this team is capable of. Hopefully we can get a new record with this one. No, oh, wow. 530 billion damage is actually crazy. That's actually crazy for this team. Wow, okay, so that's doing, and potentially you could try it at low copies of Gunnar. It could maybe work. That is a really solid score. Okay, moving right along, we now have some contest teams. So first of all, there's a team from IFA. It's a bit more of a free-to-play friendly version of a contest team. It does have Himmel. Again, Himmel ideally wants to be Supreme Plus for his debuff. You can try him when he's lower than that. Damon up front buffing up your Frieren. Himmel buffing up your 3 for the hero party. Contest in the back right and Sleaze in the upper left. This is with Arcane Wall Spell. We have Mystic Charms on the Damon, Arcane on the Contest. A Q onto Frieren, Arcane onto Sleaze, and Arcane onto Himmel. So this is a really solid team as well. Let's see what it can get. Whoa, 574 billion damage, and effectively, so this is what I'm talking about. Himmel, this is showing you that Himmel as Supreme Plus is going to be pretty important, because this is a really overall, it's basically a solo contest team, but it's using heroes which maybe people don't have built, like the Himmel yet to Supreme Plus, but I do recommend everyone do get him to Supreme Plus. Celise and then Frieren, most people do have built by now. That's really good. When you look at the difference, like the top team of today, top pay-to-win team of today, 616 billion, and that's like a maxed out score. 574 billion from this team is really, really solid. I think that's really impressive, honestly. Okay, we have some more teams though. We have a team from Asparagus and Lazarus. This is a Baelran Contest team with Frieren and Galahad. Baelran in front of Contest, at least to the left of Baelran. Galahad in the back right, Frieren in the back left. Arcane Wild Spell. We have the Arcane Charms onto Contest, Blast onto Galahad, Q onto Frieren, the Arcane onto Celise, and the Insight onto your Baelran. Again, all the teams are using Arcane Wild Spell. Do not use Blaze Burn. They look similar, but the score is going to be massively different. 582 billion damage from this team. Slightly better than the previous team from IFA, but not a big difference, honestly. Really showing you how well Himmel is actually doing. Like almost competing with the Baelran team. Okay, next up we have now we have an interesting team from Hagster. However you pronounce his name, Hackster or whatever. We're gonna get to that, but first of all, we have to swap the Frieren into the boot, the Swift Charms. So for this Phraesto team we're about to show you, it needs to have the Swift Charms onto Frieren for whatever reason. So we're just gonna go with it. We're not gonna question it. For this is from Hatchster, Swift Charms onto Frieren. That's why we've labeled it that. Okay, real Phraesto in front of Frieren, Illusion in the back right, Himmel buffing up your 3 here, Contest behind Frieren, and Celise in the upper left, Arcane Wild Spell. So other heroes are, so yeah, Swift onto Frieren like we said, Arcane onto Contest, Arcane onto Celise, Arcane onto Contest, Arcane onto Himmel, triple Arcane, and then we have a Sorcery onto Phraesto himself. Now probably you need to have Phraesto built to get a top score with this team, but if you do have Phraesto built, this is actually the second best team of today, I believe. Oh, it's very close. It's very close to the Baelran team, honestly. So like, both are options basically. You can pick and choose between those two teams. They're both good, and it will come down to your investment, I guess. Okay, now final team. We're gonna have to put Frieren back onto her best charms of today, which are the acute charms for majority of teams. We're gonna go ahead and show you the top team of today is going to be this one from Frosty. It is Gunnar, Frieren, Himmel, and Contess team, with of course using Celise, who is the best supporter for the Blightshroom boss. Gunnar in front of Frieren, you have Himmel over here, buffing up your Contess, Frieren, and Gunnar. Contess in the back right, Celise upper left, Arcane Wild Spell. We have Blast Charms onto Gunnar, Arcane onto Contess, Q onto Frieren, Arcane onto Celise, and Arcane onto Himmel. Okay, so we're pretty much at maximum potential for this team, but if you guys are paying close attention, we're just missing one refined charm on Himmel, one arcane charm refined on Himmel, unfortunately. But yeah, 614 billion damage right off the bat. My guildmate has hit 616 billion, which is definitely possible, but that is literally probably the maximum RNG maxed out account that you can possibly get. There's some RNG in this team, as you guys are seeing. Okay guys, we did get a new record, 615 billion damage. I think we will call it at that. I mean, I don't want to keep trying for 616. I think it's very unlikely. So hopefully this video is helpful and you're able to get a top score today. If there's any other team formation working for you, feel free to share that in the comment section. You can copy and paste your formation ID for the team in the comments. As always, much appreciated. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If there was any other charm lineup working for you, you can also share that. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you think about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.